Welcome to Asiacrypt 2024 Rump session. It's the host of the Rump sessions, like myself, Pratyay Mukherjee. With me, I have co-host Nilanjan Datta and Avik Chakraborti. So, as you can see, we have a little special Rump session here, Rump session without alcohol. But I hope that we can actually fulfill and compensate the fun part as well, right? So we start with the PC's comments.
Hello everybody. I'm Yu Sasaki, one of the program co-chairs, and I made the slides jointly with Kaimin, and I tried to get program chair reports. So some important numbers. We received 433 submissions, and this is a new record of Asiacrypt. And 264 papers proceeded to the second round, and out of them, 127 papers finally got accepted. And this is also the new record. So the acceptance rate is 29%. So we tried to accept as many as papers as possible, as long as the capacity allows. We believe that that makes people happy. But still, the acceptance rate is below 30%. And we have 105 PC members out of 197 invitations. So acceptance rate of our invitation is 53.3%. And we have 468 external reviewers, and we'd like to thank all the PC members and external reviewers for their hard work to select the good papers. And Asiacrypt, this conference has 9 LNCS volumes. This is also the new record. The previous one was last year, which has 8 volumes, and we have 9 now. Okay, so this is the comparison with previous Asiacrypt. So the number of submissions, you can see some jump between this year and this year. After that, the increase is slow, but this year we have another jump, and now we received 433 submissions. The good thing is the number of accepted papers grows together. And area chairs. So we had 6 very great area chairs: Xiao, Boyin, Goichiro, Peter, Tetsu, and Prabhanjan. So they did a lot of work, and they did great work to select the good papers. And we'd like to thank all of the 6 area chairs, and we'd like to send a certificate of appreciation of all the 6 area chairs. Distinguished PC Member Awards. So by following the convention of recent IECR events, we selected distinguished PC members who was very active during the PC discussion. And the candidates were first suggested by the area chairs and then discussed by the program chairs. So this year, we selected 7 distinguished PC members. They are Shaman, Elizabeth, Matthias, Mustafa, Ruben, Masis, and Keita. So congratulations, and we really appreciate your hard work, and we'd like to also send the certificate. Revise and resubmit from Crypto. So at Crypto 2024, 26 papers received revise and resubmit as a formal decision. So this means the authors can resubmit one of AC or EC or Crypto. Then a sticky reviewer from Crypto joins the review, so they can carry over the discussion at Crypto 2024. So in Asiacrypt, we received 7 submissions of revise and resubmit from Crypto, and all of them proceeded to the second round, and eventually 5 of them got accepted. So we think that this shows meaningful differences from regular submissions, and somehow the experiment by Crypto 2024 was somehow successful. This is like a fun story about revise and resubmit. So upon submission to Asiacrypt, submitters were requested to specify this question, whether the submission is revised and resubmit or not. It's easy yes or no question. Surprisingly, 44 submissions answered yes for this question, while only 26 received actually revised resubmit from crypto. And actually, that was our fault. The incident is, the reason is the term revise and resubmit is too general. So at the time of crypto, crypto didn't announce at the beginning that they gonna adopt R&R. So the same authors, particularly the authors whose papers are already rejected, didn't know that the crypto adopted revise and resubmit system. So if the paper is actually resubmitted from crypto and they revised in some way, they must need to answer yes, and that causes a lot of confusion from both sides. So sorry for the confusion. We sent some feedback to Eurocrypt shares, so we hope that the same confusion never come again. Found word cloud from paper titles. So it's not surprising that the security and the key occupy a big area. But other than that, we have like signatures or threshold or quantum or the proofs. So maybe the trend in this conference is provable quantum, post-quantum or like a quantum threshold signature schemes. So that may be the trend of this conference. I'd like to give one fun statistics. It's about number of words in the rebuttal. So in the authors of each paper could write a rebuttal up to 1,000 words during the rebuttal. But this is a soft limit. So then this raises a question. So if the authors should strictly respect this soft limit, or loosely respect some soft limit, or ignore it completely. So what is the best strategy? So we categorize papers by the number of words and check the acceptance rate. So then in total, we have 264 papers proceeded in the second round, and out of which 127 got accepted, 137 got rejected. So the average acceptance rate is 48%. Okay? So this is the answer. So if the rebuttal words doesn't reach 1,000, then acceptance rate is close to average. Some rebuttal didn't come in time, but then the acceptance rate is in average. The most interesting is here. If the number of words is slightly more than the soft limit, then the acceptance rate is very high. Or if you write very long rebuttal, lengthy rebuttal, then the acceptance rate would be low. I think this is very natural because reviewers had some difficulties to focus on the important point. Okay, so given that, so what is the best strategy of preparing the rebuttal? Okay, so first, prepare a long rebuttal. Second, shorten it to reach the soft limit. And third, then give up in some point. Then your rebuttal becomes the perfect form. And so good luck for everybody for Eurocrypt rebuttal. And the artifact, so Asiacrypt adapted artifact system. So this is to support open and reproducible researches by collecting software and hardware implementations, data or non-code artifacts. And artifact chair was Ray Weno, and he collected 10 committee members. And this year, the artifact committee received 14 submissions. This is 11% of the entire accepted papers, and eventually all the artifacts got accepted. So artifact is taking an important role now, and we'd like to thank Ray Weno's great effort, and we also would like to send a certificate of appreciation to Ray Weno. Okay, and special thanks. So, you know, organizing a big conference is a very difficult task and a hard task. And we'd like to thank General Chair Mo to organize this great conference in Kolkata. And we know that a lot of local people are working hard to maintain the conference. We have 3 tracks, so which is quite hard to maintain. So we'd like to thank all the local members to support the conference, and particularly we'd like to thank Avik and Nilanjan for their hard work. And actually, besides, Avik and Nilanjan kindly agreed to serve as Rump session chairs, and in addition, we have Pratyay as a third Rump session chairs, and we believe that we're going to have a very fun Rump session from now, and we really appreciate your job. And we also would like to thank Kevin and Kai for supporting ISCR conference system or some like online presentations. And another important person is Ji Wei Xi. He is a research assistant of Kaimin, and he helps program chairs a lot by doing a lot of like jobs, small jobs, collection of small jobs, and without his help, it was hard for us to complete all the PC chairs job, and we really appreciate Ji Wei for his hard work. And lastly, we'd like to thank all the authors, submitters, and attendees of this Asiacrypt conference, and we hope you enjoy the conference. Thank you.
By email. Yeah, in the wrong session update. In the same email with you. Yeah. Yeah, we. I mean, this is special kind of award. I don't think it's supposed to. No, we'll give an award now.
Hello. Yeah, just give us 2 minutes. There are some slight mishap with the technical glitch.
Maybe let me also come to show you which slide. Okay, thanks for waiting, and sorry for the hip hop. So now we will give the Test of Time Award for Asiacrypt. And as Boeing already explained in the membership meeting, ISCR give Test of Time Award for the 3 general conference, Eurocrypt, Crypto, Asiacrypt, and it's given for papers with lasting impact on the field. And as Boyne already explained the rule, basically we will give a paper that appears 15 years ago in the conference. So in this Asiacrypt, we give Test of Time Award for papers accepted in Asiacrypt 2009. And this award is given by a rotating committee with, let me just show you here. So this year, Tao Robin is the chair, and John Sebastian, myself, Grigor, and Leo, we form the Test of Time committee, selecting Test of Time papers for those 3 conferences. And as Boyne already said, we give 2 Test of Time awards for Asiacrypt this year. And the first award goes to the paper Fiat Shamir with a board application to lattice and vectoring-based signature by Vadim Dubashevsky. And let me also read the citation we give for the paper. So we give the award for the inventing of abort techniques in the Fiat Shamir transformation, which became the foundation of the NIST standardized dilithium lattice-based signature scheme. So Vadim, would you like to come to the stage to share a few words? Oh.
Thank you very much for this. Of course, this award is not an individual one. It's built on a lot of works that preceded it and really only gained value because of the works that followed. I think the only thing this says about me is that I'm oldish, right? So, okay, because of this, maybe I can now, when Kaimin said you can speak for a little bit, which I didn't know I could, I can give some unsolicited advice. And the fact that I had to write them down and refer to them in a 1-minute speech kind of maybe confirms the oldish part. So when working on a project, I think you should really think optimistically. What if all the obstacles got removed and you push your techniques to the very limit? Would the results be useful then? And if the answer is no, you're probably working on a dead end and you should stop, even though you can really publish a lot of papers until the dead end is reached. But that's not the right way to do it. But if the answer is yes, it will be useful, then no matter how small the improvement is, this is still a very useful result and you should continue working in that area, right? So as you gain technical experience, I think it's equally important, maybe even more important, to gain intuition about what useful means. And also, this is something that's difficult, to cut your losses if you think you're approaching a dead end. So for, most of the research that at least I've done really progresses in small steps. And dilithium, the dilithium standard was, didn't have any huge jumps. We had an improvement of 30% here, 50% there, and eventually it kind of summed up. But, all this time we did believe that we were working on something useful and we were not really worried that the jumps, our research was kind of minor in the grand scheme of things. So thank you again.
Thank you. By the way, we have a... I'm responsible. Yeah, so the second Test of Time award paper is efficient public key encryption scheme, encryption based on ideal lattices by Damien Schlett, Ron Steinfeld, Kazuki Tanaka, and Kaita Sagawa. And we also invite the authors to share a few words about your paper. So I think 4 of them are all here, I think, yeah. So please. Sorry, so before let's start, let me first read also the citations for the award. So the award is for introducing the first efficient public key encryption schemes with security based on the worst case harness of the approximate shortest vector problem in structured ideal lattice. Okay, so now, please.
Yeah, I'd like to say a few words on behalf of all the authors. So thank you very much for this award. We are very honored to receive it. This work started actually after we read Regeb's paper on the learning with errors problem. And we were wondering what we could actually prove about quantum security for other variants of learning with errors, in particular over algebraically structured lattices, and how they could be used in crypto applications. And I started working on this project with Damien in 2008. And later on, I presented a Rump session talk, like in this one in Asiacrypt 2008, that was in Melbourne. And then we joined forces with Keita and Keisuke after we found out about each other's work following that Rump session talk. So overall, it was a very interesting work, and we're very happy that this structured lattice learning with errors approach turned out to be actually quite useful in the practical lattice-based cryptography. So thank you very much.
And for those who haven't grown tired of my face, I'm here to deliver some acknowledgements. First of all, we have to thank the program co-chairs for their hard work. And would Taimin please come up? Dangerous. Okay, would you please come up?
Was it already delivered? Yeah. Sorry, bit confused. Thank you.
And now, we would like to thank the hardworking General Chair, Professor Bimal Roy. Yeah.
Great. Now it feels like a true Rump session.
So, that's it on behalf of the IACR, and we handed the floor back to the Rump session chairs.
Thank you. We go back to the previous slides. Just we need to switch back the slides. All right, while we change the slides, so we have 5 minutes for at max for each talk. It's not there yet. And we have this very unique device here. It's a very Bengali musical thing, and it's typically used in temples, but we thought it will be a good way to sort of, poke the speaker who is going over 5 minutes. So something like this sound will make after each 5 minutes, when the time passes the 5 minutes. All right, so, okay, so let's begin. So that's our theme of the Rump session, that people expect Rump session with alcohol. I mean, it's a little bit hard to sort of host a Rump session, actually, to be honest, without alcohol. But we thought that since we do not have alcohol in reality, let us talk about this a little bit. I mean, we try to sort of focus on some traditional pubs around. So even if you do not get the alcohol here, so you get it somewhere next, right? So, okay, so again, okay, it seems like there is a very micro, what is going, is it work? Okay, I don't know. This doesn't work apparently. So without alcohol, it's already confused. So, okay, so okay, we have to wait for a couple of minutes. By the way, maybe I just keep talking a little bit, like I'm feeling like a stand-up at this point. So let's see. Nothing's happening yet. So looks like, so I mean, we just want to talk about that. These guys actually put up a crypto quiz program, right? So there are 10 questions connecting different sort of, crypto riddles and some sort of exploring crypto knowledges. And we'll have some gift ready here for each correct answer. I don't know why it's not happening. So there are some exciting stuff if this ends up working after all. It looks like we need to switch the computer. Just 2 minutes, please. Okay, but this is normal. I mean, this is the usual stuff here. But Okay, so we start with the mitigation plan. So let us provide a traditional pub tour guide, sort of post-session merriment, right? So there are a few pubs that are, I mean, mostly a lot of college students, they prefer. So if you are exploring the pubs of Kolkata, there are some traditional ones, right? So let's start with it. So Oli Pub is like one of the most famous pubs. It's located in Park Street, pretty close, right? 1947, it's unpretentious atmosphere. I mean, they have a very unique sets of lights, at least they had at some point, like with these white lights that are traditional to Indian homes. Then Trinkas is a slightly fancier pub, and they have some live performance. I mean, I especially don't like if it's too noisy, but if you want to explore it, and if you don't really want to converse a lot, I think it's a good option. It's pretty nearby, and you get to know, sort of, it's a more of a traditional Bollywood kind of music they will play mostly. I mean, there are live music over there. So Broadway, this is one of my favorites. It's like pretty old pub, like 1937. And you have this old world charm. You feel like you are in the 1970s, actually, right? It's a little bit far, so it's like 20 minutes from this location. So you can take a cab to reach there. Okay, so there are some contemporary pubs I want to talk about a little bit. Like, so Monkey Bar is a rooftop pub, and you have a nice view of the city. It's pretty close to the Hindustan International Hotel. Someplace else is one of my favorite. It's a late night pub with some live Western music. I might end up there like late night today. So the music quality is pretty good. If you like, standard Western music. So that's a pub tour, but I thought that it's a good opportunity to talk about something more, like what about some food options? So I heard a lot of questions. Being a native, like I was born and raised in this city, so people kept asking me that what are the foods that we should explore and so on. So these are some foods that you can try, but again, like it's at your own risk. So I don't know, like how robust your digestion system is, first of all, and especially the foods that are coming cold and has some water, you have to be really careful. But you can just try. There are some leads here. So this is like the Kolkata biryani, and the special thing, I mean, Arsalan is one particular place where you can get the Kolkata biryani. And what is special about Kolkata biryani is it comes with potatoes. So whatever, even if meat is not there, potato will be there, right? So that's pretty unique about Kolkata biryani. And it's very different, it tastes very different from like other biryanis like Hyderabadi biryanis, for example. Traditional Bengali dishes, there are like a couple of good places I just show here, O Calcutta or 6 Baliganj place. It looks somewhat like this. It's maybe, okay, you cannot see it, it's because of LED. But the second one, so you have like a lot of food around, right? It might be like too much for some people. Like I always feel like it's like I cannot finish it alone. For sweets, actually, this is the best time in Bengal for sweets. We have sweets for different kinds. Typically, you go for white sweets like Rasgulla. That's a very Bengali pronunciation. I don't know, it's pronounced different in other parts, but I want to put the Bengali pronunciation here. It might come as a white or brown. So brown version is very, very special to this time of year when they put a special type of jaggery into it, right? So you can go and try it actually. It's also otherwise known as Nolen Guded Rasgulla. So there are a few shops that I just put the names like Jugals, Kesidas and Bhivnak. Sorry, I think goes to previous one. Yeah. So Fuchka is like Kolkata's version of Pani Puri. Again, it tastes very different from like standard Pani Puri, right? Again, it's specifically, I put an alert because the water quality, you have to be really careful. I mean, you can try it in places. I mean, I am sometimes a bit skeptical, but it's definitely worth trying. It's very unique though, right? I mean, if you go to very, like very fancy places, you would not get the same taste actually. It's a kind of a joke there, all right? Okay, some places, like there are a lot of common places that are even in your kit. I think you can explore some common places, but I want to show some not so common places to visit if you want to explore. So College Street is like one of my favorite. It has like one of the largest book market in Asia. In fact, I think especially the second-hand book market is pretty high, like used books, right? It has like these universities like Presidency University, Calcutta University. These are pretty, like old. I mean, it's like founded by the British like 1817 and 1847. Pretty well-known universities. Indian Coffee House is again like, this is actually the picture of Indian Coffee House on top. It has a very unique kind of atmosphere. If you want good coffee, do not go there. But this place usually has good snacks. I mean, you can try the snacks, but not the coffee. Coffee is not of the best quality. Or what we call the coffee here is not the actual coffee that you get in general. So, it's not like something that you get in an actual cafe, right? So I put this like kind of deliberately because this is the school I went to, Jadavpur University, and this is my alma mater. So if you want to see the vibes there, and so Daniel was there last year, and I showed him Jadavpur University. He loved it. So I thought like some of you might find it interesting. Okay, now you can deny it. So you can, especially you can see like a atmosphere of vibrant state university and some cool graffitis as well. It's full of graffitis, right? And this is actually a very nice place. I don't think many people know it. It's a cemetery. It's established in 1767. So it's basically early days of Kolkata. And you see these, different types of, art tombs, like historical and architectural treasure. I mean, if you go ask ChatGPT, they will return this, right? So it's actually highly recommended if you want to visit it. But there might be some hours, you have to explore the exact hours that it's open. All right, so now let's go to the quiz part, right? So there are overall 10 questions these guys put up. They're very nice questions. Actually, I find them actually not so easy to answer, but I'm sure you'll do much better. And why do I put this picture? Because we have some gifts as well, right? So can you show some? Yeah, so we have these gifts. And each correct answer, you will get a gift. And I know there might be confusion if multiple people raise their hands or something. So you have to raise your hand and answer it, right? The first correct answer will get the gift. And there are some kind of things that the people who are sitting up front have like advantage by default, but that we cannot do anything about, right? So Nilanjan, you want to take over and start the quiz?
Hello. Yeah, so let's start with the quiz. So we'll start with, so just to sum it up, we have 10 questions as Pratyay already mentioned, and the correct answers will be rewarded with this Jol Bhora. Okay, so here is the first one. What is the connection between these three pictures? Yeah. Anyone?
Accordion modes. Accordion modes in symmetric, like the NIST. So it's probably NIST.
Probably NIST. NIST.
Yeah, so they did a lightweight cryptography
Yeah, so
thing. They're working on accordion modes, and then they, I don't know what, they did something with
no,
cryptography.
what's the first one?
What? So, wait, what was the question?
Yeah, so what's the connection? Just what,
You can just explain the connection. I think he's saying NIST, lightweight cryptography. Is that the connection?
very close, but not exact. Okay, NIST in general.
Yeah.
Okay, so some other answers?
I think there is one.
There is some cipher technique devised on the basis of this.
Yeah, so what's that?
I don't exactly remember, but beginner. Some cipher technique is devised.
Cipher technique. Okay, no, not exactly.
So there are some very enthusiastic person here.
Okay, give it to you.
Competition. Caesar, lightweight, and accordion. This workshop.
Yeah.
Is
So
that correct, right?
this one is Caesar competition. This one is niche lightweight competition, and this one is accordion. So
What
accordion, the
competition?
competition that is like to,
So
that
different niche
competition.
competition.
So
I mean, did you say similar?
yeah,
or-
so his answer was very close.
Okay.
So yeah, so we should, yeah. And so we can give a sweet to him as well.
Okay,
So,
you're like
yeah.
almost correct. So
Yeah, it was very
deserve a
close.
prize. We have more.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine. I think it was pretty close. Yeah, should be.
Yeah,
generous.
that was very good.
Fantastic. Next question.
Okay, so into the next one. This would be a bit simpler.
Okay, I saw him first, so I'll go to him.
Post-quantum signatures?
So what are the
Post-quantum cryptography.
Yeah, so can you explain?
Sphinx Plus is a signature, Rainbow is a signature, Bike is also post-quantum, and Crystal, Crystal.
Right, exactly. Great.
Yeah, that's absolutely
Well,
correct. Yeah.
Absolutely correct. Yeah.
So gift.
Gift.
We need some volunteers over here because I mean she cannot do this gift.
Yeah.
Perfect. Great.
Okay, so let's move to the third one.
Now, you have to raise hand actually, otherwise. Is there someone?
You have to raise hand.
I saw another. If he cannot answer, I'll count you.
So these are lightweight block ciphers. Gift, Prince, and what is this third one? This guy, I don't remember the name. But these are lightweight block ciphers, that I'm sure.
Okay.
Is it a partial answer? Shall we ask?
Yeah, so partial answer, so we'll
But
continue.
we can ask for the full answer as well,
Yeah.
right? Like full answer? Yeah.
So the other one is skinny and blowfish. Two fish.
Very close.
Two fish.
Exactly.
Oh, perfect. So I think we need
So
two
Prince-
gifts. Yeah.
Prince, skinny, gift or present, whatever you can call, and two fish. Okay? So one more?
The gift, this person is not completed yet. So.
Okay, so let's move to the next one. So, now guessing game. So, you have to tell the highest number of discussion comments that appears in one of the accepted papers at Asiacrypt 2024. So
range of tens.
number of comments in the discussion. That may include, discussions during shepherding. And it has to be an accepted paper. And you have to tell this in the range of tens. So like 0 to 9, 10 to 19.
I guess this is a guess, but in the
Yeah.
70s, like
It is in the 70s. Like, do you have a range of 10?
70 to 75, 79.
Yeah, 70 to 79. Okay.
Is
okay.
it-
So let us take 10
More
to
options.
10,
Yeah.
10,
Good. Yeah.
10 options.
I guess 20 to 29.
20 to 29.
Okay.
More guesses? Oh, yeah. I'll go.
I'll take the 40s.
Okay.
40s. That means 41
to 49.
40 to 49.
110 to 119.
Wow.
Okay.
Great, great.
More?
110.
100 to 110. More cases? I mean, it's not that you have to increase it by more. I mean, like more cases. Yeah?
20s.
20s.
Something more?
420.
420. Wow. That's interesting. Any more?
I think some should try brute force, like
90 to 99?
Okay.
50s, 50 to 59. 0 to 9.
So do you have an answer or?
So what's the last answer?
50 to 59, 0 to 9 is of course not true. But 50 to
No,
59?
not yet. Not yet. So we'll take 5 more. So now at least apply brute force.
5 more, wow. I have to run through. Who wants to guess? Okay, now it becomes a little bit easier, I guess.
130.
130. 130.
130. So?
Yeah?
30 to 39.
30 to 39, no.
15 to 25.
15 to 25.
15 to 25. No. These are already covered, I guess. 11 to 20 and
Yeah, they are not paying attention.
31, 30 to 39.
So, like 2 more and we close it.
Yeah,
then.
just,
I think we
just
have
2 more.
120 to 129.
Last one.
100,000.
That's a good guess.
That's nice. Yeah.
Okay,
All right, so I think there are.
I think, yeah,
So
we can.
what's the
just-
actual number?
So the actual number is 62. So
I think who was the closest actually? Shall we give it to the closest?
yeah, I think we can give it to the
He told 50 to 59.
yeah, and
So anyone else?
someone told 70 to 79.
So give these, I think they are close enough. Yeah. So 2 prizes.
Okay, so maybe we move to the last question for
Last question for this part. So there
For
would be
this
5
part.
another later.
So predict the next.
127.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah.
So this is absolutely correct. Can you explain? I guess you can, right?
Yeah.
You can explain as well, right? So
I guess it's the number of accepted Asiacrypt shaders.
that's absolutely correct.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
He was
Yeah.
paying attention.
Exactly. So we can give him 2.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
It's done. Okay, all right then. So
Yeah,
I think
so maybe
we'll
we'll move
have
to
5 more questions somewhat later this session. So I guess we start with the next slides. By the way, so we do not have a particular order for the announcement and talks. So I hope that all the speakers are there. This is one strategy to keep everyone here actually.
Yeah.
But so what we do, like we put up the slide and the author will come and talk about it, right? So we just go to the next slide. Okay, not this one, but next one, I think. Yeah, so
Yeah.
Ron Steinfeld, I guess. Do you have Ron Steinfeld? Oh, it's an announcement.
Yeah.
Yep, thank you very much. Yeah, so this is a call for applicants. If you are a student and you want to apply for a PhD scholarship in a good place, so please apply we have several openings at Monash University, which is where I'm working. And these are scholarships funded by the Australian Research Council. And it's about FHE and VK SNARKs and their applications in FHE. So please submit your application through this form. You can also go to that form through the QR code. And this work is also in collaboration with the Crypto Lab company. So please submit by February next year. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Slide. Do you have the clicker? So, Orpita Patro, I think a few announcements.
So I'm sure that you can't guess what I'm going to talk about. So I ask a question. When two cryptographers are under the same roof, then what do you expect? So if they are normal folks, they will probably write some joint publications. But what if they're legends? Then they produce books. So I'm very excited to introduce two books from myself and Ashish. So the first book is on secure multi-party computation against passive adversaries. This has come out in 2023. Springer is the publisher, and many of you already know about this book. And in this talk, I wanted to talk about the other one, which is on fault-tolerant distributed consensus in synchronous networks. This again is going to be published by Springer, and this is coming soon next year, early next year in Feb. So very quickly about the books. So the MPC book, it accounts for the passive adversaries. As many of you know, even the passive adversarial model poses a lot of challenges, and designing protocols is non-trivial and demands sophisticated techniques. And often such protocols work as a starting point for MPC against active or malicious corruptions. So along with the book, there is a lecture series which is offered by Ashish, so you can watch those videos and then can read the book. And about the consensus book, it is going to be in synchronous network model. And again, synchronous network model itself poses a lot of challenges, so designing protocols in that network setting is non-trivial and sophisticated, so we thought we'll start with that. And also these kind of protocols work as a starting point for more complicated network types, such as asynchronous network, which sort of models the real-life network like internet, right? So we cover both computationally as well as computationally bounded as well as unbounded adversaries. And the books has a lot of detailed security proof as well as state-of-the-art efficiency improvement techniques. And now, yeah, I mean, apart from the books, we of course have a non-crypto publication, as you can see, right? So far, she is interested in music, mountaineering, and astronomy. I'm not sure if she will like cryptography, although she knows already about Yao's garble circuits, Samir's secret sharing, and things like that. Thank you. Okay, so they have trapped me. The next one is also by mine. This is another announcement. So just imagine these people are MPC researchers, and every year, some point of time in the year, let's say a week, they all travel to a specific venue. So they go for what we call as MPC researchers yearly pilgrimage. Can you guess the venue where they go to? Yes, that's correct. So yeah, I'm here to announce about theory and practice of multi-party computation, or it is fondly known as TPMPC. So quick trivia, it had been started back in 2013 at Aarhus, Denmark by Professor Ivan Damgaard and company. And since then, it had been taking place in 2 to 3 places in Europe. And this is the first time in 2025, it's coming out of Europe, it's coming straight way to India, in the iconic campus of Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore. That's my institute. And it's going to happen between March 3 to 6. We already have a great lineup of invited speakers and several contributed talks. Okay, so you can see all of this information in the website. So I'll proceed with this black squares. So that's the interesting lineup of invited speakers. 10 invited speakers from 9 different countries. Then we have 21 contributed speakers from 8 different countries. Oh, I don't like this, but yeah. So these are our sponsors. Can you remove that or no? Are they trying? So, okay, good, thanks. Yeah. So thanks to our sponsors, and please do register for the workshop. It's free, in fact, for student participants. We wish to provide some stipend, but do participate without, register. Otherwise, we will not be able to sort of invite you. Thank you. One more. Okay. I promise that this is going to be the most exciting one, and this is non-crypto. Okay, so I want to talk about my recent project, non-cryptographic project, which is Expedition Aparajita. It's a no-nonsense dream of a cryptographer, which is myself. And Aparajita means invincible. All those who are the Indian people, you know the meaning. For those who do not know, it means invincible. So essentially, I have embarked on a very unique journey for an academician. So I'm on a mission called Expedition Aparajita, as a part of which I promised myself that I will climb the 7 highest mountains and the highest volcanic mountains of all the 7 continents. Okay, and thank you. So the genesis and the goal, as well as the other details about this expedition, is already meticulously drafted and put up in the website. So if you just search for Expedition Aparajita, you will find all the details. So women empowerment is one of the reasons, the primary reason, but it's not the only one. So let me put on record that discrimination, bias, these are all real, whether it is in academia or otherwise, whether it is based on gender, color, or race, or geographical location, language. So these are all real. And I, being a woman, I have my lion's share of experiences. So through this effort, I want to put on record my voice against all sort of discriminations, particularly against those against women. So as a part of this, so these are the 7 summits from 7 continents. So I have already completed Kilimanjaro from Africa in July this year, and the next month in August, I have finished Elbrus, which is the highest in Europe. So the remaining are still planned the coming year. And these are the volcanic summits, pictures from the summit. And the reason I'm actually speaking here about it, you guessed it. So a lot of expeditions are planned in the coming year in 2025. But many of you might know mountaineering is extremely expensive. And Indian academicians, actually for that matter, any academician from any country, other countries, they're the poorest species in the world in terms of finance. Of course, if I didn't have this weird hobby, then I was happy with what I was getting. Absolutely, it was fine. But this hobby made me understand that I know I'm really poor. So I'm actually addressing to all those in the room as well as those who will be listening at a later point of time that I need help, financial help. So if you are in industry, if you have CSR grants, I mean, let's discuss. You can invest on me, and I promise that I will also help you in different ways. So we can discuss about it. And in personal capacity, if you want to help me, I do have a crowdfunding website with Keto, and you can contribute there. Thank you, and I want you to wish me all the best.
Hello. Yeah, next slide. So Giacomo Borin. Giacomo, are you here? Please.
Oh, okay. Okay, hi everyone. I would like to trace some analogies and zoomorphism that I found like traveling between like scams that you can find on the road and cryptanalysis that we usually encounter every day. Probably we are better on cryptanalysis but not with scams, so it may be useful for you all. So let's start. Let's suppose that me and some friends encounter a gentleman year round, and he proposed us a deal, like to take the taxi with him and reach a destination we would like to reach for 300. We try to negotiate this transaction, and we agree on 200 rupees. Then he tells us, okay, but let's be careful. And so I will send you, send me an HMAC with your secret key, in which you include the information for this transaction. So we do that, but sadly we use a not so secure ANS function, and what we end up at the end of the travel is we receive a different contract from the one we signed for, because it was actually a malicious server, not a gentleman, and he asked us to give him not only 200 rupees, but 200 rupees for each of us. So this one is an example of HMAC layering extension attack. So please be careful. Another one that I got from another gentleman that told me to be an expert on blockchain and games. And so he proposed me to play a game called the 3 Cups 1 Ball game. But you want to be careful with this game, so let's make it cryptographically secure. So he told me that I have to send him a pseudo-random number generated, and then after I send the number, he will cover the ball, and I will, since he trusts me, I will be the one providing the seed for the random to generate the random permutation, but I will have to do it with the same pseudo-random generation used, and to me, this one looks fun, looks okay. But then I look into the specification, and actually it's asking me to use dual EC as a number generation. So actually it was not a gentleman, but an SA agent using backdoor dual EC. And so last scam that I encountered is the last one. And always me and a friend are at the airport and would like to go back home, to go back to the hotel. And so we try to contact Uber to get a ride. We send Uber the money, and Uber, for us, contact another rider, and I ask him if it's okay to pay 700 rupees to get us from the airport to the hotel. Looks like fine, so we received the approval, and we start the handshake with the provider. And so we do everything, but at some point during the travel we encounter a problem. The rider claimed that the internet is not working, even if it's looking like at Uber with Google Maps. And then he asked to downgrade because we need to pay cash, even if we have already paid. And so probably we suppose that this rider has read these two nice papers from how to downgrade TLS. And so he was trying to do a downgrade the connection to cash-only transaction. So thanks you all, and be careful, please, with all these people that study cryptography too much.
Next talk. Okay, it's by Kabalishwaran.
Yeah, so good evening. Thanks for the opportunity. Maybe may not be that funny. I'm just presenting some results. Okay, so we all aware of crystal. Maybe you can just think of like maybe crystal of this kind, or else maybe as a cryptographer, like let's say we look at a signature scheme which has been standardized recently, which uses Samir Witterbot paradigm. So what's the big deal? So they have used rejection sampling with hyperbole unimodal case, so that they could be able to generate the signatures by using this paradigm. But in addition, like, I mean, this was actually the NIST standardization process as an output we got it. But on the other hand, as part of round one in the additional round of NIST, so there is another scheme of similar kind of paradigm. So HATE, so which uses bimodal rejection sampling. So what exactly bimodal? Like just to be precise, like you have the main signature structure, which is actually of this form, like Y plus or minus CS. Like you try to have sampling from let's say bimodal setting. So they like in addition to this, so they have this expected number of repetitions, which is lower bounded by using the Rayleigh divergence between the target and the source distributions. So what the benefit? So here they could able to get shorter signatures than dilithium. So, but the thing is that, of course, you have to kind of, pay a little more. In particular, the key generation will take 4 to 5 times than, let's say, roughly than dilithium. So here, like just to mention in a geometric way, the HATE will look like these things, like I was talking about the Y model, like it's exactly the same way. So how exactly the sampling will take place? So when we are in yellow regions, like you can just go ahead with current sampling, the signature generations. When you are in the common intersections, of course, you can toss a coin and then like select it. When you are in the white region, you just reject and then do it, right? So maybe we can have interpretations of maybe a cat of this kind, maybe looking starely at the sampling method, which is looking complicated, right? So what's the proposed one? So there is an inspiration work from the Zhang et al. In PKC 2020. So they started considering asymmetric variant of LWE and SAS assumptions. So by taking this, like maybe you can just split this secret key and into two partitions. In one in which, like, of course, you are going to have maybe minimal Hamming weight, and the second one on which, like, maybe you increase the Hamming weight so that, like, you can able to shorten the signatures further. So this was the thing, like, we could able to do. So what exactly we have done? So the signatures actually looks like, it's a pretty, single component, although like of K plus L dimensions, but the first component will have main signature, main secret key, which has minimum Hamming weight. So due to that, like, you could get little less signature size, whereas the other component on which you will be having more Hamming weight, which will make you to find something called the MAC in, which will helpful for the signature verification and things like that. So this is our idea, and this is the rough estimations, and we have already given the proof based on asymmetric variant of module LWE as well as module SIS. Yeah, thanks for that.
Thank you. Next slide, please. So, Shayoni Sinha.
Hello everyone. So I am going to talk about my work on design of adaptively secure quantum safe distributed symmetric key encryption, but I am not going to discuss about the technicalities. Rather, I am going to motivate why we do this through a story. So there is post-quantum cryptography. So why is post-quantum cryptography? So let's say there is a nice palace, and the palace is of course something to be protected, and a fort wall is made to protect that palace. So fort wall is, you can think of a symmetric key encryption, and there are some vulnerabilities. So let's assume that there is some brick on the wall of the fort where if you hit exactly at that brick, then the whole fort gets destroyed. That's the secret information that is not supposed to be leaked. Now, we have the classical crypto system, that's the arrow. So if you try to hit the particular vulnerable brick with an arrow, that is not going to be much effective, but we have, let's say, modern weapon, some missile, and it can compute the exact location of the secret vulnerable brick in a very efficient manner. That's our very powerful quantum computers. And if that quantum computers comes to existence, our fort wall, the crypto system will be broken. Now, whether the question is whether it is already, the fort wall is going to be destroyed, on the verge of destruction, the answer is no, because exact physical quantum computers of desired number of qubits is not yet in existence. So missile is ready, but you can think of the launch pad is not yet, so it's not under immediate destruction. Now, the question is, we need to prepare under such modern attacks. So what to do? So we can just replace the material of the fort. So previously it was brick, let's replace that with some iron-made bricks. So that's our classical assumption versus post-quantum assumptions. And that's one part, quantum safe construction. Now we also have distributed or threshold part in our work. So that's threshold cryptography, that is part 2 of the story. Now we have only one secret brick where you exactly hit and the fort wall gets broken. Now, if you detect that, that information is leaked to your enemy and your palace is under stake. Now, what we do, instead of one single brick, we just make the fort wall in such a way that you have to simultaneously hit all the 4 particular location of bricks in order to break down the wall. So that's like 4 shares of the secret, so we make it distributed. And then comes the part 3 of the story, which is adaptive security and threshold cryptography. What is that? So let's say among the 4 bricks which are vulnerable, two of the bricks locations are already exposed to the enemy. So if you know at the very beginning, before the war started, the king knows that, well, these 2 informations are already leaked, so it can take measures according to that how to protect the rest 2 bricks, the secret information. But what if during the war, the king just comes to know that another brick is also under compromise of the enemy? So then it does not have enough strategies to take some measurement against it. So that is adaptive corruption, that on the fly some secret information can get leaked, some secrets can get leaked. So we need to be prepared against that. And now getting back to reality, DICE is a work in CCS 2018 by Agarwal et al., which builds distributed symmetric key encryption, that is DICE. But it is not quantum safe because it is built upon DDH assumption and also from AES assumption. Next onwards, in SNS 24, we have the work on PQ DICE, which is quantum safe DICE. And then we propose an efficient quantum safe adaptive DICE, which is not yet published. So PQ DICE is from LWR assumption, which is the post-quantum learning with rounding assumption. And then adaptive version is from module LWR based assumption for better efficiency. So that is about our work, and thank you for your attention.
Right on time. So there is a brief announcement. The food is already there, so you can grab your food and come back because we have a lot more interesting talks. So because everybody is going, we need a break actually. Let's take a break then. Hello, hello. So guys, please take your plate and just come back because we are gonna restart the Rump session in like couple of minutes. All right?
That's a problem.
Hello everyone. We are restarting the Rump session in a couple of minutes. So you can just grab your plate and just sit over here.
The front part is empty.
Okay, okay. I think we'll just get on with it. 2 minutes? Okay, we'll just. So we have the next talk is Geocryptography of India. Seems very interesting. Restarting. Hey, all right, I think you can. You wanna? I don't know. Oh, he's there. He got a plate. Okay, guys. Let's restart. Okay, some of the speakers, they also grab the food. So some of the audiences also need to grab their food and come back. All right, let's start.
Okay, we good to start? Yeah, I have the clicker. Okay. Okay, everyone, so we are the next talk. So this is joint work with Satrajit Ghosh, Shruti Sekar, and Jashwant Kondi, and this is about the geocryptography of India. Do you see what it's about? But first, a disclaimer. This list is not all inclusive. Think of it like popcorn at the movies. There is always a kernel or two that gets left behind. And if we miss your institute, it wasn't on purpose, and we promise that it's not personal. Drop us a note, and we'll fix it faster than you can say Muthu Ramakrishna, make it to Subramaniam. No offense, it went good. No offense. It's just goodbyes and bad sorting skills from us, okay? So the purpose of this talk, and it's a little bit interactive, so I really wish some of you, especially in the Indian folks, can interact with us. So the purpose of this talk is to give you an overview of the different groups that do research in cryptography in India. And as we mentioned, if we missed some, we are very sorry. It was not intentional. And it's going to be interactive in a few things. I'm going to tell you in a moment. But the first thing that I want to ask you is, where is Kolkata? No, but take the number, the number. Yes. Okay, that was a good first test. Kolkata is in 6. And we're going to navigate you through different states and different research groups. And there are 2 rules for this game. So first, the first slide you're going to see will have the number, but not the state name. So if you know the state name, shout it loud immediately. Maybe we will have a delay of maybe 2 seconds, no more than that. And second, after we swap slides, we're going to show the state name, and we're going to list the groups that do research there. And the trivia is that in all this map, there are 3 groups that don't exist. They are AI generated. The emblems, at least, they are AI generated. So your task is to find them. So when we are listing the groups, if you see a group that you know doesn't exist, raise your hand immediately and you get a prize. Okay, so that's the rules for this. Oh, and the last one is that once we hit a state, there is this little thing that raise your hand if you are from that state. So it would be good if you do it so that we get an idea of like the different representation that we have in the conference. Okay, so with that, let's get started. So raise your hand if you are from 6.
Too many people from
State name, state name. West Bengal, okay, good. Now the groups from here. And remember, the rules that I said before. There is IIT Kharagpur. There is the University of Calcutta or Kolkata. There is TCG Crest doing research. There is ISI Kolkata. And there is the Kolkata Cryptography College. Okay, you were watching who raised first. So yeah, Cryptography College doesn't exist. So she got a prize.
So yeah, you should come here and get your prize.
Wait, my Indian folks.
Okay, next time. Oh, she's not.
Okay, and then.
So we'll keep juggling so that you don't get bored of one person. Oh, sorry. Sorry. Okay. Raise your hands if you're from 4. Oh, nice. Okay, good. So what is the state? So we have IIT Jodhpur from Rajasthan. We might have missed some place, as we said. Next, over to Western.
Okay. Number 10. Anyone? Down there. Yeah. And the name? Just feel free to shout out the name, like there's no. Okay, so from Andhra we have IIIT Kurnool and IIT Vizag.
Oh, you have to raise your hand, then we'll ask, then you'll answer. Otherwise, you'll not get the Jol Bora.
Yeah, so we have a winner. IIT, what?
Vizag.
Vizag doesn't exist.
Okay, so the next. Oh. So 11?
No, 8.
8? What? Oh, okay, never mind.
Just keep 2.
Just what is happening now?
You're hitting ahead. You should go back.
Yeah.
Okay, 11.
11. So what's the name of the state? Karnataka. So we have IIIT Bangalore, IISc Bangalore, where you can do something. The next one.
And who is from Karnataka here? Okay, great. Chai over there, okay. Yeah, definitely. So you're a big fan of Nishant, I bet. Nishant Chandrahipya. Okay, so, I mean, he's a cryptographer. So who is from 8? Anyone from 8? So Madhya Pradesh, we have a ISC Bhopal and IIT Indore, if I pronounce that correctly.
ISR Bhopal. Okay. Who is from 13? Number 13? Right at the bottom.
State name?
State name? Okay, great. So we have IIT Madras. Yes. But you already got one, so I have to give it to him. Yes, so the wrong one is Kanyakumari Mathematical Institute. Yes. He got it. We'll give. Can you come up? We'll give you the.
Okay. And anyone from down there, 12? Yep. It's Kerala, where we have IIT Palakkad.
Okay, so anyone from 7? State name? That's the one that was very hard for me. We have IIT Bhilai.
Anyone from 9? Okay. So we have TFR and IIT Bombay.
Okay. What about number 3 in the middle over there? Yep, it's Uttar Pradesh, where we have IIT Kanpur and IIT BHU.
Okay, anyone from 5? No one from 5? It's very interesting to see. Okay, very nice. Delhi. So we have IIT Delhi in Delhi.
Anyone from 2? Uttarakhand. Great. So we have IIT Roorkee in Uttarakhand.
Okay, and what about 1, like up there? Yeah, it's Jammu and like that, IIT Jammu is like that.
Okay, we're almost done. So anyone from 14? Yeah, anyone from 14? No? Okay, there is ISR Andamar. The first one was there, yeah. Very good. Yeah, the islands don't have any crypto group working at the moment. Okay, so that's it. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So this was meant basically to tell you that there are many crypto groups in India, and if you're also a student, search for all the crypto groups there. Thank you.
Thanks a lot. That was quite interesting. So time for the second part of the, what is this? Crypto quiz. So 5 more questions, right? Same rules. Avik, you wanna go ahead? Same gifts as well.
Hello. So I would like to make a little bit different type of questions, like a little bit historical. So let's see how it works. So what can be the connection of it? So any answer?
So connection has to be related to cryptography.
Yeah.
Anyone? Any raised hand?
Anyone knows what this character is?
Oh, I
Yeah.
see one hand.
That's this lightweight competition. Gimli, beetle, elephant. Sorry, that's the NIST lightweight competition. I mean, some of them, Gimli, beetle, elephant.
Yeah,
Is that correct, right? Yeah, you
it's
get the
Gimli,
first, yeah.
beetle, and
That's the correct answer.
elephant. So can you establish any connection for it?
No, he said it. NIST lightweight competition.
Oh, that's great. Thank
It
you.
was, yeah. Oh, this looks like, okay. Okay. Maybe we should have put a band. I mean, that's like more unambiguous. Okay. All right, next one. This one.
This is a bit of historical question. So anyone know who the guy is?
So you have to, there is one word
Pardon?
that is.
Yeah.
And
who is the guy?
I mean, there is a connection between this person and this particular place or particular building.
So let's try to go to step by step. So anyone can say who the guy is? Pardon? So who the guy is? So who the, yeah?
Do you want to raise hand and answer?
I want to guess. Alan Turing?
Yeah. No, Alan Turing did not look like this, I think.
Yeah.
He did not have a mustache, first
Okay,
of all. Or maybe some point. Yeah.
No?
Yeah.
Arthur something,
Not
inventor
really.
of Enigma, and that's Bletchley Park.
So that's the inventor of Enigma, and Bletchley Park is where Enigma code was broken. Okay, fantastic.
Yeah, that's
Bryce?
a great answer.
Okay, all right. There is some. Next one.
So can anyone tell?
So it's a one cryptographer that connects these three things.
So he is a cryptographer who is
Okay.
connected with these pictures.
Any hand?
Suparna?
Okay, two hands. Okay, I think you've got some. So which one is the first?
Suparna.
Okay, I have to go.
Paul Kosher.
Yes. Why?
Can you explain?
Timing attack, spectre, and I think microarchitectural attack.
Yeah, I think
not really.
I think it's fine. It's the
yeah,
differential
but
power.
We'll give you an
Power analysis,
award.
spectre attack, and timing attack. So prize. So it's Paul, who is around, I believe.
Can you identify the person connected with these pictures?
This is Alan Turing.
I mean, that's a bit too explicit.
Oh, okay. No, I thought you wanted to.
No, yeah.
Oh, connection.
Elon Musk?
Not really.
Cryptographer. Okay, I mean, it's possible that Elon Musk is also a cryptographer, but I'm not aware.
So, you want to answer?
Claude Shannon?
No.
Not Claude Shannon.
Shamir?
It's Adi Shamir. Yeah.
Because you got the fiat over there and secret sharing.
Secret sharing, yeah.
And honestly, I don't know why Turing is there.
He got Turing Award. Yeah.
All right, so
I would like to propose to give him two awards, the two prize. So Pooja, can you give him two prize? Yeah. So it's a really nice answer.
Wow, yes. Now he has like got all the sweets.
Yeah.
Oh, so the previous one, can you go, Avik? So the answer is Adi Shamir. So
it's
Fiat Shamir, transformation, secret sharing, and Turing Award.
Can you identify the person connected with these pictures? It can be a little bit tricky, but oh,
well, I don't see it.
Is it Robert J. Oppenheimer?
No.
Martin Hellman?
Why? No, it's not DPL. No? Okay.
Is it Dan Monet?
But you have to find.
Dan Bonnet.
So why?
Nobel Prize winner, identity-based
Yes.
IBE scheme. Oh, sorry. Nobel Prize winner, IBE scheme. I think that's.
And the first picture is the Princeton University. He studied there.
Okay, so partially correct.
Yeah, I think it's.
Yeah,
also
we
a bit
can
hard to
give
track,
him an award.
But also he answered about the same time, right?
The answer is Dan
Bonnet.
Bonnet studied in the Princeton University. He was one of the proposers of the Bonnet-Franklin IB scheme, and he got Godel Award. So the answer is Dan Bonnet.
This is the picture of Godel.
So now I would like to go to the next talk, which will be given by Roberto Avengi and his friends.
Hello. So some people have been asking me what is going on with the Carmageddon competition. So for those that have forgot, it was a competition to analyze the Trickable Block Cipher Karma version 2, which is a redesign of Karma, and it was the 7th year each after FSC 2017. It was presented at FSC 2024. And it is a public domain cipher, but it has a huge problem. It contains these 3 letters in the middle. And I am not allowed by my contract to pronounce these 3 letters. So keep them in mind because I will not pronounce them. So the jury is still there. And you will see that apart from me, that is not longer with those guys, there is also a guy from this company. So we want to do the competition. We want to bring it forth. We have discussed this. A jackpot of 10K, well, pick your dollars, I think, sponsored by that company is still there. They promised me we will go ahead. The sharing will be that that company will give the money to the first author, and then the first author will share the money with the other ones. But at the moment, this is frozen. And why? Because I joined in the meantime this letter, this company, and the two are fighting. And this at some point will stop and we will resume this, but at the moment communication is restricted. So I know it is a bit sad, but don't worry. I guess, that's my personal guess, they will find some agreement at some point. I don't think they will go years fighting, but I can't say anything. But the competition will resume with the same rules, the same jackpot, and I just ask you to be a bit more patient. And for those that have submitted something already, I know there is a couple here, we are not forgetting your submissions. And if you want, you can go ahead. So remember this, and remember to reduce the security margins of that if you can. Bye-bye.
All right, thank you. Yeah, here.
I think I might just keep the microphone. I don't know.
Thank you, yeah. Yeah, the next one, okay, I don't see a name. Oh, sure.
Thank you. Thank you. So this is just normal call for paper. So today, so I want to introduce my journal. So I see transaction on fundamentals. So today, so I want to introduce a special section on cryptography and information security. So the scope is very wide. So all practical aspects of the information security, including all of everything. And the process is, so this is the golden open access at J stage. So very important date is the deadline is the next March, mid. And it will publish, it is a very short review process, just 5 months. And if you have any questions, so there's the committee mail address, and please take picture on the right-hand side. So this bring you to the website. Thank you.
Thank you. LatinCrypt.
Hi everyone, this is a very quick and short announcement. So I want to tell you about LatinCrypt 2025. I also announced it in crypto earlier this year. So this is the biggest conference in the Latin American region. The Latin American population is almost half of that of India. It's a big area. It's a big amount of people impacted. And the submission deadline is going to be April 18th. We have a wonderful amount of people, a wonderful set of people who have accepted become PC members. And the conference dates are going to be in October, the first week of October, October 1 to 3rd. We're going to have 2 schools associated to the event, one in Spanish, one in English, and then the event itself. The location is Medellin, Colombia. It's one of the largest cities of the country. It's right below Panama. It's right below the little strip of land that separates North America from South America. And it would be great if you go, support our driving community, and discover something new by attending Asiacrypt 2025. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Yeah. So Daniel, again, I guess we have a song, the Indian visa song.
Check. Oh. Yes. Okay, so I hope some of you can relate to the song. The slides are on you.
Hello. Yeah, I don't have any words to be honest, but let's just appreciate the song that he thought and wrote. And let's just give us maybe 30 seconds to rearrange. So, next talk, Hidam Basu.
So today I'm going to talk about, Daniel's song was perfect for this talk because I'm going to talk about add-on Aadhaar protocol. Basically, the Aadhaar is, social security card for Indian citizens. I'm going to introduce the protocol and then I'll, go into the details of the, circuit and how it works, and then go into the implementations of the protocol using Halo 2 and NOAD, which are basically zero knowledge DSLs, and then I'll end with applications. So this is basically a privacy preserving protocol for Indians using zero knowledge proofs, where it hides, all of the identities, personal information that are there in any social security card, like name, address, father's name, and everything that are also there in a passport, probably, which Daniel was alluding to. And it also provides a set of tools for generating and verifying those proofs and authenticate those users, and then verifying the proofs on chain. So there were previous proof of identity solutions. So they were, vulnerable to the database hacks and privacy leaks, and we needed to reveal the full identity for the KYC. And there's also the sensitivity aspect of on-chain verification. So, there are other ways of doing, identity solutions. So there are biometrics approach, where you need to, store the data, and also there are some reputation-based systems based on aggregation. But this, we are going to talk about the third setting, which is the leveraging document signatures, under which add-on Aadhaar comes under. So this is just, a ZK protocol with Circom, and we use Groth 16 in the backend, and there are some libraries that you can check out. TypeScript SDK is there, and Solidity library, and also the React library. So the Aadhaar basically conducts the verification by checking the hash and signature, which is issued by the government. So this is the problem. So government signs and issues identities. So the citizens can just, provide their IDs, and they can construct a proof from the ID, and that hides the inputs, and then the verifier basically verifies the proof of identity from the prover. So I'm not going to go into the details of ZK snarks. Everybody probably knows it here. So this is the circuit. As I said, it's just a hash and sign, and then you have some conditional disclosure of secrets, you can reveal the age, you can reveal the gender, you can also reveal the state and PIN code, and then there's the nullifier. So the nullifier is basically, the preventing against double spending attacks, and guarantees uniqueness. So, and also there's this timestamp. So you convert the timestamp of IST, Indian Standard Time, to the Universal Unix timestamp, and this is basically a time-based OTP system. And also then you apply the constraints on the signal hash. So this is basically preventing something called front-running attacks. So this is the, you can just scan the QR code on the Aadhaar card, or you can also download the M-Aadhaar app. And these are the, signed data, details. So all of these will be, private. So these are some of the features, as I was saying: nullifier, timestamp, and public key hash and signal hash. So the challenge is that it's very difficult to get access to signed documents from the government. And also there's a challenge of creating new identifiers to maintain the anonymity and privacy. And we basically don't have any control of like what data the government plans to sign. So yeah, I implemented this in Halo 2, and this is a library by Zcash and maintained by PSC at Ethereum Foundation, and it uses recursive proofs. So yeah, these are the implementation details. I implemented all of the circuits separately and then combined them and tested it with real data. Yeah, these are some of the versions of the systems that I used and the curves. These are some of the results that we got. Yeah, and then these are, yeah, just one, okay, yeah, okay. So yeah, it's pretty efficient. We do the same implementation in Noir, which is another zkDSL, and these are the results. It's pretty efficient again, and you know, the gas cost is also pretty efficient. I think more than Circom. The code is open source. You can check it out. Summary: Circom beats Noir and Halo 2, and you know, applications. So I'll just end with this. So there are lots of nice applications. Check it out. Yeah.
Thank you. Next talk by, okay, I don't see a name, I see only pictures. That's fine, yeah. As long as you are here.
There is only one slide, so it's okay. So, hello everyone. Not only this one, yes. So, earlier, Giacomo talked about the links between scams and cryptography, and I'm here to propose the first scam workshop about cryptanalysis, and it's not a scam. So there are nice organizers, Marianaya Plasencia, Emanuele Bellini, Marco Pellicini, Thomas Perrin, et moi-même. Sorry, I'm speaking in French. So a lot of nice organizers. So the morning will be dedicated to tools for cryptography. Basically, we will talk about CLASP and Cascada. And on the afternoon, it's more like about algorithmic problems in cryptanalysis and modelization problem and any open problem in symmetric key cryptography. So if you want to come, you're welcome. Registration is free. We will offer the lunch. You just have to book your hotel if you want to come, and book early because Rome will be very expensive at this time of the year. Thank you very much.
Shreyas Gupta.
Hi everyone. So I had more fun slides, but like everyone seems to be pretty formal with the thing, so I'll just do with this one slide. So since all of you have seen, I can maybe roam around here, so you don't have to see it again and again. So with this, I want to talk about like limitations of the adversarial model in current cryptographic world. So as Cartman would call it, it's stupid. So for a long time till now, the main two models are like semi-honest and malicious. Semi-honest being that no one will deviate. Hello everyone, like is there anyone paying attention? Yeah, so the semi-honest, as you all know, no one deviates and it's just like preserving privacy. There is malicious where the deviations are arbitrary, which also does not model real world, and also it also assumes existence of some honest parties. And this limitation has been realized. It's not just me telling, like the world has realized this limitation, and there have been new models of adversary, which are like fail-stop adversary, which adds a bit more to the semi-honest, where an adversary can stop responding. And there has been this covert model where adversaries don't deviate if they get caught with more than certain probability. And the bottom line is that all of these models require some honest parties to be present in the protocol while playing this protocol, sending messages to each other. So what we propose, or like others have also done the work before us, so we propose this rational model of adversary where there is no honest party and all parties are rational, and by rational I mean they only deviate to make their own gains. I'd like to remind once again if everyone is paying attention. Yeah, so in this rational model, parties will only deviate if they gain something, and we have no assumption of honest parties present in the protocol. The protocol, the framework seems pretty nice, but are there any protocols that can achieve this kind of adversarial behavior? So now I'll also advertise one of our works where we have a protocol for the second price auction, where we have no honest party inside the protocol, and we have all the parties which are rational. They can form collusions. There is no threshold setting. They can form any kind of collusion. And the protocol will guarantees, if all parties are rational, it will guarantee correctness and privacy. With this, let me just end by saying that this rational also comes with some limitations. And not everyone is rational in day-to-day life. And there have been, maybe you all have seen a lot of people who are not rational. Maybe the modern art selling for very high price is part of people not being rational. So yeah, I'll end it here. Yeah.
Thank you. So next talk will be by Ayush Yadav. Ayush.
Hello, everyone. This is not a shameless plug. I am ashamed that I couldn't come up with something funny. This is still a plug. This is joint work with Upton Offshore, Jackie Chang, Rishabh Goyal, and Sai Kumar Yadagiri. So in this work, we give something called encrypted RAM delegation, and I'm going to start by recalling what RAM delegation is. So it's just snarks for P, where we prove, where a prover needs to prove that a correct computation on some input X within a certain number of time steps. The requirement here for efficiency is that you want your proof to be succinct in particular in the size of the input. And the verifier should run in the same time. For soundness, we basically just want essentially the same thing, where as usual, where we don't want an adversary to be able to create false proofs for rejecting inputs. In this work, we introduce a new notion called encrypted RAM delegation, and it gives us many applications. In particular, it gives us homomorphic NISCs, multi-hop ZK bargs, rate 1 NISCs, non-interactive, publicly verifiable delegation, strong context hiding for homomorphic signatures, and rate-preserving MPC compiler from semi-malicious to fully malicious security. So let's see what this encrypted RAM delegation object is. Essentially, what we do is instead of giving a full public input, we split the input into a public part and a private part. And now the prover proves still the same thing essentially, but only sends the public part of the input along with the proof. The proof contains an encrypted an encryption of the private input as well. And the verifier then does the same thing. It verifies using just the proof, but also the hash of the public input. Like I said, X private is encrypted. And this allows us to relax our succinctness, our efficiency requirements. In particular, it allows us to now only require our proof to be linear in the private input, which allows us to relax our assumptions as well. Right, so now essentially, like I said, the protocol now has these two parts, and soundness basically says what you would expect, although we do allow for an extractor in this case. The other question is, can we make this more efficient, right? So we still do have this linear dependence on the private input. yes, we can, with the caveat that we can only do this or if we can sort of pre-process the private input. What that looks like is, well, this is the encrypted round delegation case where the proof contains the encryption of X private as well as the proof of correct computation. But reusable encrypted RAM delegation allows you to use this encryption once and for all, and then you can resend this public part for different public parts for different proofs for different public inputs. The proof is now importantly, it's also logarithmic in the private input because you only have to do this once. And although the verifier now still needs to check the whole private input, so the encryption, so there is some overhead in the verification, but again, it's only one time. And the recurring verification is still logarithmic in the private input as well. So once again, we have encrypted RAM delegation and a reusable model for this encrypted RAM delegation. Our theorem says that assuming either LWE, K-lin, or sub-exponentially secure DDH, there exists a reusable encrypted RAM delegation scheme. Under the same set of assumptions, there exist fully homomorphic NISTs, multi-hop ZK bargs with somewhere extraction, rate 1 risk, compiler from any semi-malicious to maliciously secure Mr. NIST, multi-hop homomorphic signatures. I just want to say that the first one was only known from D-lin before this. B, C, and E were only known from LWE. So that's all. Thank you.
All right, thank you. So this talk will be by Orpita Patru.
Thank you. So I'm back here just to tell you that I have not left research, still doing it. Okay, so this is about joint work with Ivan Damgar, Lawrence Roy, and Shravani Patil. So this is about some new findings about perfectly secure multi-party computation. So you all know what MPC is, so I'm not going to introduce that. And over there, the references that you see, those are the 4 foundational papers of multi-party computation. So we all have grown up reading all of them. So amongst them, if you look at BGW88, so it actually is the paper that gives the first MPC with perfect security. So today MPC is studied in various security settings, but perfect security, it's a gold standard amongst all the security settings, and it's one of the most basic and fundamental settings. So it's already been 45 years since BGW has happened, and it's still surprising that there are plenty of foundational questions still open in this area. So we tried looking at some of them. So you know these results, right? These are all very fundamental results. So the first one is the BGW result, which shows that for doing MPC with perfect security, T less than n by 3 corruption is the the best you can tolerate. So where n is the number of parties and T is the corruption threshold. And if that's for synchronous setting, so if you move to asynchronous setting, then the bound is slightly different. You can tolerate only up to 1/4 of corruptions. So by default, when I say perfect security in this context, it is actually perfect security with guaranteed output delivery, which means that we expect that in the end of the protocol, all the honest parties, everybody is going to get the output of the computation, right? So what we ask in this work is that what if we relax the guaranteed output delivery to abort? Do we gain anything in terms of resiliency? So what we show is that the answer is no. So you don't get any discount if you want to relax to abort security. So that's our first finding. Now we move on to the communication complexity, lower bounds and upper bounds. Again, with optimal resiliency and in both the networks, synchronous and asynchronous. So in terms of upper bound, for long, since 28, the linear time protocol was found out. And later, recently, we had done an improvement over it. But for a long time, people didn't know whether linear communication complexity is the optimal communication complexity bound. So recently, in 2021, they have proved that it's optimal. So, but the same thing in the asynchronous network was not known. So after, I guess, many years, like 3 decades, the first linear time solution in asynchronous network had been found in our Asiacrypt paper this year. But again, nobody knew whether that is optimal. Linear communication complexity is optimal. So in this work, we saw that it's optimal. It's same as in the synchronous setting. Plus, now we look at whether, again, if you relax the security from guaranteed output delivery to abort, can you break the order of n, the linear lower bound? So again, the answer seems to be no. So you can't get beyond linear time solution, right? So that's the message, no discount again in the case of communication complexity when abort is considered. But we do give a very nice protocol in the asynchronous setting, which actually requires the linear communication complexity just in the offline phase. The online phase is super fast, which is just constant. Then we move on to the round complexity, of course. After resiliency, communication complexity, then you move on to the round complexity, another important complexity measure of MTC protocols. And here, however, we have found out that we can get way better upper bound and lower bound when you consider abort. So in my Fox 2020 paper, we have shown that 4 is the upper and the lower bound for perfect security. And with abort, we have shown in this work that it can be made 2 instead of 4. So this is the takeaway message. So when resilience comes to the picture, there is no discount. Communication complexity, again, you don't gain anything. But when it is round complexity, then abort does give you something. That's it. Thank you.
All right. I think that's it for the Rump session, right? Okay. So if you haven't finished your dinner yet, the food is there. And for each... Okay, so there are shuttles to the major hotels?
There are shuttles to the hotel HHI, Lalit, Globe and Taj from 8:45. Okay. And you should gather outside for that.
So there are shuttle vehicles at 8:45, yeah, to these 3 hotels. All right then, so looking forward to the Asiacrypt 2025 Rump session then. Thank you, thanks everyone.